We are really excited to talk to you tonight about high school placement, which is, definitely at the heart of our mission to prepare your young people to gain entrance into the top performing high schools in New York City. We know that this is a very challenging mission. We want to prepare our students academically as well as socially and emotionally. Mr. Matesic, who is our Dean of Student Life, High School Placement and Enrichment, will lead the charge and explain to you what you can do to help our young Lion learners prepare for high school and to be successful here at Mott Hall right now. I have to say that when it comes to choosing a high school, it's probably more stressful than choosing a college. There are a lot of colleges that are similar in, what they offer and, the type of programs that they have. The tuition, it's depending on whether it's Ivy League or what have you, you kind of have a ballpark, figure what it entails to get there financially, what it takes academically. But when you think about high school and think about the fact that these are the formative years for your children, and this is kind of make or break years for your children as far as deciding what they want to do with their lives, this is really, really critical. And you want your child to be in the right high school setting so that they will not only enjoy the experience, but will be motivated to get the most out of it to prepare them for college. I can only speak from my own experience, coming from a family where my mother and father did not go to college. My father didn't even graduate high school. And so I had no one in my immediate household to tell me what it took to get to college. And all my father would tell me was get good grades. He had no idea how much college cost. He didn't know what the college process was all about, how to get in. He just said get good grades and you go to college. And I believed him. So all I did was just work hard in school. And thank God I did, because senior year, I met my guidance counselor. And he didn't ask me questions about myself until after he looked at my transcript. Looking at the transcript determined for him whether or not I was even worth talking to. I didn't even know that at the time. So I'm sitting there, he's looking at the transcript, and then he sees my grades, and he looks at me, and he says, oh. Then he starts asking me questions. What are you interested in? What kind of colleges were you thinking about? I knew nothing about college. I said, I just wanted to go to college. So he said, well, what are your interests? He looked at my GPA, and he named some schools for me. None of the schools I've ever heard of. Colgate, Tufts, Brandeis, Williams. Some I did hear about, NYU, and these are good schools. And so obviously he felt I had a chance to get there. So I didn't know how much they cost. I didn't know what it entailed to get there. I just followed his lead, right? Fill out these applications. Can you pay for it? No, I'll give you fee waivers. He was looking out for me based on what was on my transcript. He said, well, you have to write some essays. So I did it. He said you might have to go to the campus to visit and interview. I did that. Got into every school I applied to. So now the question is, where do I go? I looked at the price tag, $20,000 a year, $16,000 a year. Now these schools are like $30,000 a year, $40,000. That shows you how old I am. And so I said, well, how am I going to pay for that? We have no money. So he said, apply for scholarships, which I did. Apply for grants, which I did. I had no idea how to do it. He helped me. And then I got a really good scholarship and I went to Colgate University. And if I didn't have that, I would not be standing here. Now, what I learned that year, I thought he was doing that for everybody in the school. So I'm talking to my peers, they're saying, well, what did the guidance counselor say to you? And I told them. They said, well, they didn't even have a conversation with me. They didn't tell me this. And I learned something. I learned something about what it took. But no one ever told me in middle school, besides my father, to work hard in school. And that's all he said. But look at all the information that Mr. Matesic is giving you. You know, I went to LaGuardia High School. You know why? Because my mother made me go because it was close to home. It was on 135th Street. I lived on 155th Street. Not because it was a great school, which it was, but because it was close to home. I could have gone to Brooklyn Tech. She didn't want me to go there. It was too far. So what does that tell you, right? Your children have wonderful gifts, wonderful opportunities to go places, special places. And they have someone here to guide them. And they have you to guide them. Go to that Bronx Fair. Learn everything. Because I learned that in order to get the right answers, you got to know how to ask the right questions. And this is a really great guide. Look at that PowerPoint to ask the right questions for your child. And please, pick his brain. Ask him any question that you need to ask. There is no such thing as a dumb question, a stupid question. Anything that you need to know, you need to ask. And if Mr. Matesic doesn't know the answer, he'll find the answer. He's here to serve you. And I want you to understand that. Because there is nothing more important to us than to make sure that your child goes to the right high school so that they will graduate college with honors and get those scholarships to go to college so you don't have to reach in your pocket and pay for it. I'm telling you, it's liberating. It's liberating when that happens, and it's possible. And you know, some of you, I don't know if you think about Harvard, Princeton, Yale, possible. Think about the President of the United States and what he did to get there. Mother's Kenyan, right? Or father's Kenyan, right? Mother, I mean, he had nothing, and he wound up with the highest position one can ever attain, African American. Thank you, all right? Without further ado, Mr. Matesic.
I want everybody here to pack themselves in the back. It's a great job you coming tonight. Pack yourself in the back, Miss Cosmo. Yeah, pack yourself in the back. You guys are doing great, and I appreciate your partnership, and I appreciate you coming. Let's spread the word, because the more parents in our community partner with high school placement, the better it is for everyone. That's the nature of life, is community. So let's get all the community talking about high school placement, and we're going to fulfill upon our mission of having every single one of our young Lion learners matriculate to a top high school, go to a top high school. That's my #1 job. This is who I am for the school. This is who I am for you and the community. My name is Mr. Matesic. I'm the Dean of Student Life, Enrichment, and High School Placement. So I designed the enrichment program, and I'm accountable for high school placement. The buck stops here. That's my email, that's my cell phone, that's my office line. If you do email, I will respond within 12 hours. That's my commitment. I will respond to each email within 12 hours. I have kids. I take it very seriously, high school placement. I believe in our community that if we commit to the Mott mission and we get all of our scholars to a great high school, they'll be on their way to college. So I titled this presentation High School Now. So there's a nowness to the high school process. So most folks think high school placement begins in 8th grade. It actually begins as soon as you come into Mott Hall as a 6th grader, and it really intensifies when you become a 7th grader, because those 7th grade grades are what count towards the high school application process. So 6th grade, you want to get all the good fundamentals, you want to learn how we do things in Mott Hall. 7th grade, those grades count. So that's why we titled it High School Now. So why is high school so important? Why did we create a whole school based on high school placement? Does anybody recognize that picture there? You know who that is? That is Sonia Sotomayor. She's a Supreme Court Justice. She is from the Bronx. She is the first woman of black descent to be a Supreme Court Justice, which is the highest honor that in her field. And our belief is that our Lion learners, that's a picture of our basketball team, our championship basketball team last spring. We believe our Lion learners can reach that level in their chosen field. That's why we have our school. That's the kind of game we're playing here. Those are the stakes that we believe are important. And we think high school placement is going to position your child to be successful for the rest of their lives. So that's how important it is for us. High school placement sets you up for a life of learning and success. And this is the learning career of Sonia Sotomayor. She's from the Bronx, in the Soundview section of the Bronx. She went to Cardinal Spellman High School. In Cardinal Spellman High School, she joined an enrichment program in forensic, which is about law and justice and that type of stuff. So she was exposed to that Cardinal Spellman. She did well there. She went to Princeton University, Ivy League, one of the best universities in the world. And then she went to Yale Law School, which some say is the best law school in the world. And then she became U.S. Supreme Court Justice. But it was all set up from her going to Cardinal Spellman High School. So you see how it all kind of lines itself up, how high school placement goes to college, into your career. Now this is the reality. The district from which Mott Hall exists, District 9, only 8% of children in our district are college ready after their 4th year of high school. Only 8%. That means 92% of our kids will not, repeat, not be ready for college after their 4th year of high school from this district. So that's the reality. But the other reality is who we are as Mott Hall, who you are for your children. So the question is, what is important to your family? What type of high school do you envision your child attending? And that's a question that, there's so few of us, I want everybody to share. So what type of high school do you envision your child attending? We'd like to know.
The best one.
The best one. Good. What does the best one look like for you?
Achieving all the goals.
Achieving all the goals. What types of goals?
Learning hard. Learning hard.
Learning hard? Got it. Good. Very good. Thank you. Someone else? It's important to express these things. There's so few of us. I know it's a big auditorium, but we're a close-knit community. Please, take some time. It's important. What type of high school do you envision your child attending?
We play with basketball.
Will they have a good basketball program?
Yeah.
I respect that.
To achieve, going reading, writing, math, everything in it.
Good. So I could.
To his goals, become what he wants to become.
Wonderful. To become what he wants to become.
To support him in every way I can.
Feel that. Feel that. Please.
A high school where they have high academic attainment or achievement, where it would be a little easier for them to function in college.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So college preparation in the high school. Wonderful. Please. En español. Dime.
Una mejor académicamente,
Sí.
en comportamiento,
Bueno.
no sé.
Bravo.
Yes,
Es importante. Please.
For me, it gets the best one for her when she feels comfortable, when she can learn everything that she needs to learn for college, so she can get ready for college.
Good. So a right fit for what she's interested in and where she can expand and get ready for college? Wonderful. Well, this is all you've expressed. This is why we created the Mott Hall Charter School. And we take a whole child approach to rise to the challenge of having your child go to the best high school possible. And the vehicle that we use is called the Lion Learner, where they're really hungry to learn and to go to a great high school, to go to a great college, and to be successful in life. So our mission, the mission of the Mott Hall Charter School is to provide rigorous academics and strong supports to prepare students for success in top high schools in New York City and beyond. You guys get the mission? So our motto, our school motto is rise to the challenge. So the challenge is to be high school ready. So many of the kids in this district, they're not ready for high school coming out of middle school, and they don't even have a chance to go to college. So our main mission here, our goal, our objective is to be high school ready. And we're going to define in this workshop what a top performing high school is, the type of skills you need to develop, the overall journey of the Lion Learner from 6th grade through 7th grade, 8th grade, even the first year of high school, 9th grade, and then creating our partnership. We have to be in partnership. Mott Charter School and all the parents, we have to be in partnership together for the ultimate objective of being high school ready. So not only do we want you to get into a top high school, we want you to be ready to be successful in a high school. So this is how we define a top performing high school. 70% or higher college enrollment rate within 18 months of graduation. So that means that 70% of the kids that go to that high school are ready for college upon graduating. 80% or higher four-year graduation rate, 90% or higher student attendance rate, and an A on the New York City Progress Report. That's how we define a top performing high school. So the first one's the most important. What is the college enrollment rate? Is that high school a college-bound community? See, in Mott Charter School, we're a top-performing high school community, that all of our kids are bound for top high schools. And you want to go to a high school where all the students are bound for college. So that's how we define a top-performing high school. Are the kids going to college? It's very simple. And this is the reality of New York City. Out of 444 New York City public high schools, 317 of them meet fewer than two of that performance criteria. So that means 317 are not performing at the level and the standard we're talking about. Out of the rest, 60 are located in Brooklyn, Queens, or Staten Island, which logistically may be tough to get to. 21 have admissions unlikely due to priorities and restrictions around geography, like if you live in the local neighborhood. So we've got down to 46 target high schools that we feel are top performing. And these are the Bronx target high schools. And I'm going to send this out via our email distribution, so you'll have this. These are target high schools that we feel have at least two of the top performance criteria that we talked about. So this slide right here, we want our top performing high schools to at least have two of them. So all these Bronx schools have at least two. And your research begins now. So I want to welcome everybody. Your research begins now. So this is just a heads up. Saturday, October 19th and October 20th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. there's a Bronx High School Fair at Theodore Roosevelt Educational Campus, which is at East Fordham Road. I think it's Fordham Road and 3rd Avenue. And this is how you get there. So your research begins now. So start checking all these schools out. Go in there, take a visit. So they're going to have this fair, and all the schools in the Bronx will be there. So you can check it out. These are the Manhattan Target High Schools. For those of you who are open to having your child go to a Manhattan Target School. And again, I'm going to send this out so you'll have all of this. These are private and parochial schools that we've identified in the Bronx and Manhattan. And this process of getting into a private and parochial school, I have over 10 years experience of placing kids in private and parochial schools. I have no problem doing that, but that is an extra commitment on your part. Our partnership has to be at an even more intense level to make that happen, because that's a whole different animal. That's a whole different process. But I'm willing to do that if you think that's something you're committed to. I've done it over 10 years. I know how to navigate that process. What is important to your family? What do you wish someone told you in middle school about high school, college, and life? Just take a moment. If you can go back to when you were in 7th grade. Take a moment. Time and space are created. Let's all go back to 7th grade. What do you wish someone told you about high school, college, and life? Please.
That it's more challenging than elementary and intermediate school. It's a lot more challenging.
Got it. Got it. So you want to be ready for that challenge.
Right, yes.
Got it. Someone else. What do you wish someone told you in middle school about high school, college, and life? Some advice you wish someone would have told you when you were in 7th grade.
That 7th grade or middle school is a stepping stone for high school, college life.
You guys get that? Does everybody agree with that? Raise your hand if you agree with that. 7th grade is a stepping stone for high school, college, and life. It's very important. Someone else, please. What do you wish someone would have told you in 7th grade? Please.
Be more thorough with your searches. Like you just explained to us. Be more thorough when choosing your school.
Be more thorough with your searches.
Yeah, don't go where your friends go. Go where you're supposed to go.
Go what's the best fit for you
Right.
instead of following your peer group.
Right. Yes.
Stay in school. Good. These are the things that we feel are the skills that you need to develop in middle school to be successful in high school. And if you notice, they all kind of work off each other. I use this sort of circle diagram because there's a synergy, they work together. But the reality is, your grade point average is very important in 7th grade. Those are the grades that count towards high school placement. Attendance. Coming to school early and consistently. Being ready for school early and consistently. Attendance, showing up. Homework completion on a daily basis. Homework, and all these things have been studied, that these are the things that help someone be successful in high school, which leads to college placement. Homework completion is very important. We're very committed to homework completion in our school. Enrichment. Our enrichment program has been designed for high school bound activity. So every single enrichment program is designed that you can follow that enrichment program as you go into high school. So if your son wants to play basketball, we have a high school bound basketball program. If your son wants to play football, we have a football bound basketball program. If your child's interested in film, we have a world-class documentary film educator, so you can do it in high school. Fashion, if you want to do art, fashion portfolio, we have it set up that you can do it in high school. Science, technology, engineering, math team, we have it set up so you can do it in high school. So everything we do in enrichment is for high school. So we don't call it after school, it's not just some fun activity, it's fun and enriching. That's why we call it enrichment. And then also, it's really having a breakthrough in test taking. The reality is, we live in a very populated city, and people look at tests. They look at test scores. So we have a whole curriculum designed for test empowerment to make sure that our young scholars are prepared for test. So these are the skills that we have to cultivate in our young mind learners to be successful for high school. And again, don't you wish that we had this awareness when we were all in 7th grade? Who wishes that? Who wish someone would have told them, hey, this is important. This is important in 7th grade. I raise my hand right now. I wish someone told me that. You got, raise 2 hands. There you go. All right. All right. So the journey of the lion learner. So your child comes into, this is what we call, quote unquote, running with the pride. So, and it's 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and we also are committed to your child's 9th grade year success in high school. We're accountable, we feel accountable for that. So not only are we going to be committed to place your child in a great high school, we're going to be committed that they're successful in 9th grade once they're in high school. So this is the journey of the lion learner. And so we're going to talk about how do you run with the pride, our learning community. So 6th grade, you learn about right choice development. Our principal, Mr. Williams, has designed a cutting-edge discipline system. We don't call it discipline, we call it right choice development, where you learn to make choices that serve you. And when you don't make choices that serve you, you learn to reflect and restore with teachers that you may have disrespected. So 6th grade is about learning about right choice development. Uniform. We're a uniform school. We believe that wearing a uniform sets you up for academic success. Our uniform is very clear and it has to be honored to the T. There's no negotiating around uniform. We believe in scholarship, and our uniform system is based on that. Attendance, be early and consistent. Be early and consistent. And being early means that you're up to something. It's not a moral thing for us, that whether you're early or not, it's an ethical thing. It means you're up to something. It means you're up to something. Homework completion. Homework completion. You have to learn how to complete homework here in middle school, because if you don't get it here, you're not going to make it in high school. You got to learn how to do homework, and you got to read 30 minutes on a nightly basis. You have to read. So support your child in reading. Reading is a muscle, it's a practice. Once you have that breakthrough in reading, then worlds open up. 7th grade, so we're building. So 7th grade, you're taking everything in 6th grade and you're adding to it. Enrichment is centered around high school bound activity. We talked about that. So 7th graders, you have to choose enrichment activities that you will do in high school. Otherwise, you're spinning your wheels. You're not going anywhere. Grade point average. Your grades now count. 7th grade are the only grades that count towards admissions. Because in the beginning of 8th grade, you're already applying to school, so you've got to do your best with your GPA. Test scores now count for high school admissions, so we have a whole curriculum around test prep, around getting our kids for the ELA and math state exams. We have to very focus on our practicum. Mr. Williams, what do we call the practicum tests? We call them assessments. So those assessments are going to be coming throughout the year. Really have your child ready for that. And we're going to take some high school visits in the fall with Mott Hall Charter School. We're going to take all the 7th grade homerooms to a high school visit. We already have some booked, and you'll be getting those parental slips coming through home to you. When you get that, please sign it and bring it back the next day so there's no logistical breakdown in having your child visit a high school. So again, we're building, the journey's building. 8th grade, we're just planting the seed. We're complete high school applications in the fall. We expect 8th graders to provide leadership for the incoming 6th graders, because we're a leadership organization. Enrichment, this is very cutting edge now. Enrichment is now centered on college matriculation. Who knows Bill Gates? You know Bill Gates, the head of Microsoft? Bill Gates is the head of Microsoft. He's worth $90 billion. Billion with a B, 90 billion. He was doing software programming in middle school. Our belief is in 8th grade, enrichment should be college bound. So if you want to do fashion, then you should be doing something that can be college bound. If you're an athlete, you're getting ready for college 8th grade. And we talk about power choice training to align high school placement with core intention. So it's like, is it Miss Thomas?
Leary.
Miss Leary? Miss Leary, Thomas's mother? Talked about choosing a high school that's based on your core intention, as opposed to, I'm going to be with my friends, or I think they have good-looking girls or good-looking boys, so that's a cool place to go to. No, power choice training is aligning a high school, your high school choice, your core intention, what's really in your heart. And then we're also going to be doing a culminating project at the end of 8th grade, which is 9th grade prep and college readiness. So we're IB school, we're international baccalaureate school, so we're big into projects. So instead of 8th grade kind of kids just chilling out, I got into a high school and everyone's just kind of relaxing. No, we're going to be actually revving up with a culminating project that's going to launch them into 9th grade, prepare them for 9th grade, but also with the college readiness. But this is all down the road. We're just planting the seed. 9th grade, we want our scholars to hit the ground running. So a lot of kids, what I've noticed in our community, they kind of top out of middle school. They're maybe a little older, they kind of top out. They think middle school is like the completion of their life, and they get to high school and they're not ready for it. So we want to hit the ground running. We want our Lion learners to join college-bound enrichment activities. So whatever's in the school that's college-bound enrichment, we want them joining those groups, those activities. Make friends with fellow college-bound scholars. People are going to college from our community. Hang out with those people. Hang out with college-bound people. If someone's not going to college, you can't hang with them. There's no judgment. You know, they can still be your friends, but you don't hang with them because you're going to college. And you check in with us, check in with Mott Hall Charter School to let us know how you are doing. We care about our Lion learners. So our first process is high school. After that, it's college. So check in with us 9th grade. We're in this together. The most important part of this presentation today is that the school and the family, the parents and the educators, we're in partnership. Our mission is to have your child attend one of New York City's top performing high schools. And sometimes when people say that, it's almost too good to be true, so it kind of like goes over your head, you almost don't even get it. I want you to get it. This is our mission. So Mr. Maldonado, Mr. Williams, myself, everybody involved with Mott Hall, we're all committed to that. But what we need is your partnership, because it's your child and it's their future. So we're going to provide all the support necessary, but you have to bring partnership with us. So I know some folks kind of trickled in, and I want to revisit this. I think it's a very important conversation, and I want to get it out there. What type of high school do you envision your child attending? And I really would love to hear it. This is part of the partnership now. Yes. Exactly. She knows. Please. Who's your child? Wonderful. So you want something focused on science and math? Wonderful. That's wonderful. Someone else. What type of high school that you envision your child attending? Please.
Something with business and humanities, because he's interested in helping others.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very much interested in having a business.
Got it.
So his stream has been consistent, he hasn't changed in what he's interested in.
Got it. Wonderful. Wonderful. Someone else, please.
The high school is a very good sports program, also that school that dabbles in the field of architecture, because Thomas likes to build and he's into creating. So something that would, really pique his brain, keep him there, keep him going.
Wonderful.
But also have a good sports program, because he's like, just to have that well-rounded feeling that he's just not in the book. He can do something that's also going to, keep him active.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Someone else. Please. Yes. Of course. Of course. Of course. I'm going to find a slide. And I'm going to send this all to you if you're on email. These are the target high schools that we've targeted for the Bronx that have at least 2 of the criteria of a top performing high school. So a top performing high school is at least 70% or higher college enrollment rate. That means 70% of the kids going to that high school are going to college. And then the other 3 are 80% or higher 4-year graduation rate, 90% or higher student attendance rate, and an A on the New York City Progress Report. So all of these schools in the Bronx have at least 2 of those criteria, 2 of those aspects. And this is a great place for you to check out. This is a Bronx High School Fair. It's happening October 19th and 20th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's on Fordham Road and 3rd Avenue. And this would be a great opportunity for you guys to check out some high schools and see what makes sense for you and your family and your child. Is there any questions?
You're gonna send this to us at home?
Yes, I'm going to have this sent out tomorrow via email.
Email?
Yeah, so every child has an email in our school. Is that okay? Can I send this out via email? I can send the whole presentation out. Is that cool? Cool. This is PowerPoint. Cool.